I want to leave you with some thoughts on getting going and making those products. We talked before about why people fail, and often people fail because they get stuck in perfectionism or get stuck in actually making the products because this is new. It's different to looking after customers or different to your day job. It's a different way of thinking, a different way of working. And that, I know, can be challenging because I found that challenging myself. So here are some of the things that I found that really help to get through that block and to be able to build products, get them out there, and to get them out there fast. And I emphasize getting them out there fast because that helps you to build confidence. Number one is your first product should be a bit rubbish. Not rubbish so it doesn't work or it doesn't do what you want it to do for the people that you serve, or that people would laugh at it. Not completely crap, but it should be a bit rubbish. It should be rough around the edges. It should be a third draft. So make sure that you do not do what lots of people do and just keep working away at that one little product and making it all perfect. This course is probably my 12th, 14th product, and it's still rough around the edges as I build the first version of it. You'll have noticed mistakes and fluffs and things that aren't quite right, especially if you're one of the first people to buy it. Sorry, but I'm not perfect. What am I? I'm a human being, just like you. You can improve it later on. I'm constantly going back to things, updating them, improving them, going, oh, right, okay, I'm going to do a different video for that one, or I'm going to add in a little bit here or tweak it. Oh my goodness, there's a typo. That's fine. It's okay. So let's look at some more specific techniques that will help you with fast product development. Number one, pick something easy for your first product. Do not do what I do and write a whole book. That was not easy. Pick something which is doable. One piece of advice that I've seen people give is to pick a product that you can make in a day or in a week. Something which is quite boundaried and simple, and you've already got all the stuff in your head. Put that together and that becomes your first product, and just get it out there. Make life easy for yourself. Pick the easy one first. Remember what we said about modular development. Plan out what you're going to do and think of it as modules, as Lego bricks that you can put together. This helps you to break down products into smaller bite-sized pieces that you can get out fast, and then you can reuse those in future products. If you spend a bit of time thinking about that and thinking about it in terms of your product ecosystem, it will save you hundreds of hours later on. You'll see that I've done this with pivot to products and with productize your expertise. You'll have noticed that some of the videos I've got longer hair, shorter hair, different classes. That's because I'm reusing videos in different formats and I've chopped them up. Because I'm saying the same thing, but I want to say it in a slightly different way. Some of them are even videos that I made for blogs and are much earlier. That's fine. They're all Lego bricks that we can use. And two of the tools that I give you in Pivot to Products are independent products that I sell on their own. The Priority Product Decision Maker and the Product Format Guidebook. Those went out right at the beginning of launching Adventures in Products. I'd already made them, and they're based just on tools that I developed for using with one-to-one clients. I just put them into a spreadsheet, and I delegated even that part of it to somebody who's much better at spreadsheets than me. Think about how you can make it modular, how you can reuse parts of this. believe me, you will thank me in 5 years' time. You go, oh yeah, there's that one I made earlier. When you're right at the beginning of making products, it can help just to get your thinking going by writing about your big idea, writing about what will be in your product. Don't think too much about what the product's going to be like or what it's going to look like or the format or the technology that you need to use with it. Just write a blog. Get that idea out there. And this starts your brain thinking about it and stops your brain thinking about all the potential objections in it and barriers, the tech, the format, all of those things. They're just details. We'll sort those out, no problem. What we want is to start communicating that part of your big idea. The other good part of this is it puts that phrase or trademark idea out there on your website, and you start getting some SEO value on it. So people are attracted to you maybe, so it's really helpful. And it can take 6 months for Google to pick that up properly. So you want to get that idea out there in the first place. You want to take ownership of it before somebody else does. Think about the other parts of your platform. How can you use that simple blog, be putting that out on social, talk about it on LinkedIn, get people's input. This is all part of your platform. So it's a really nice, simple way to start. That then builds into making your product. Again, go easy on yourself, because this way has some great benefits to it. Other simple ways to do this would be just to invite people on your list to a live workshop. And all that you need to do is run a workshop about your particular thing that you want to talk about, the part of your big idea that you might base a product on. And you just run a workshop. Again, prepping for the workshop gets your brain in gear, starts you thinking about it, helps you to check that you can explain that big idea really well, and gets you discussing this with your audience, gets them thinking about it. And maybe some of those people will buy your product when you finished it because you've warmed them up. So, twin tracks, marketing and product development at the same time. One sneaky trick with this is to record the workshop and put that out as the beta version or as a tripwire version of your actual product. It may be that that's all you need to do anyway, and that becomes your product. I've seen that work really, really well. I bought something for $300 as a guide to doing some technical thing that I needed to know how to understand. $300, and all it was 3 videos that this guy had obviously done as a live workshop. He'd recycled it and sold it to me and a whole bunch of other people for $300 a piece. Nice. These sorts of discussions and inviting people to engage with that part of your big idea means that you're also testing the market. How do people respond to it? What kind of language do they use about it? If you call it one thing, do they start changing it a little bit and talking about it using slightly different phrasing? Top tip, use the phrasing that your customers use. You might be wedded to a particular sort of phrasing, but people are more likely to buy it if they recognise it in their own natural language. And keep doing that throughout your product journey. Iterate that over and over again, testing it, workshops, blogs, putting it out on LinkedIn, talking about it. And this gives you confidence that you think, oh yeah, people are really into this. Yeah, they reacted. Or, actually, I thought a product on this would be really good, but I don't know whether anyone's interested. I need to do a bit more market testing, or I need to put that one in the bin. The next stage of this can be to build multiple lead magnets. In the course, we really just talked about one lead magnet that would encourage people to sign up. But you can have multiple lead magnets for the different parts of your big idea that you want to make into products. These can be the first stage of making a product. So you do a checklist version of something that goes on to become a workbook. So you can see how your checklist covers your main points, and the workbook takes people through a process in a lot more detail. By making the checklist as a lead magnet, you're testing whether people are interested in it, getting your own thoughts in gear, and getting people to sign up to your email list. 3 for the price of 1. Get going on these small actions first, and it will help you develop momentum. We talked about perfectionism. One good way of getting over that perfectionist bit where you go, oh, it's got to be perfect or I can't put it out, is to tell everybody this is the beta version. I quite often do this with a small group of people, and I know that they already kind of like what I do, and they can be a bit forgiving if there's mistakes in it. Or there's somebody that I really like, but I know that they can't afford the full price where they are at the moment in their business journey, and I'll give them a bit of money off. Don't offer wholesale discounts for beta versions, by the way. You're just giving away money. So you get in a group of people, you're not advertising it to the whole world, and you just do a beta version, and that gives you license to do something that you know is not perfect, and that frankly can be quite far from perfect. So this is borrowing from the Agile techniques and lean development that they use in software. So get it out there and get ideas from people, get feedback from people. This can be really, really useful as you go on to build a bigger version. So you see your product ecosystem can start to have a few layers in this as well. If your priority list of products contains a medium or a big product and you really want to go for it and you think, yeah, I really want to do that, I still advise doing some simple versions, at least as lead magnets first. But if you've got your heart set on that and you've started to map it out and you're really in love with it and you're part of the way there, well, one thing that you can do is to pre-sell it. Now, all that you do is build your sales page, put it on sale and say pre-order now. I did this with Pivot to Products, and 2 people had bought before I even launched because I had it on the website. One of them I didn't even know. So they had enough faith in me to pre-order the products. Thank you. And that meant that the last stages of putting together a Pivot to Products were accelerated by me having in mind those 2 people. Hello. And because they'd given me money for it, I had accountability. So I've got to get it finished. I want to get it out there. This can work really, really well if you're anything like me and you feel accountability and a responsibility towards customers. And it gives you a little boost in confidence, which is nice as well. So you have to finish it off. Putting it on sale as a pre-order can work really, really well. And if you're feeling brave, or you know that you really want to go for this, but you want to make yourself do it, you can tell people that you're building the product, especially if it's something like a course, and you build it just in time. So I did this with a course, and I built the first 2 modules, put it on sale, did a big launch, people joined, and every week I had to develop the next module. So I had, I think, 2 weeks to put together each module. I told people that they were going to be done, so I had to do them. It made me do it. It was a slightly scary experience, but it was well worth doing. So that can get you moving faster and getting stuff out there. It does help you if you've got new skills that you have to learn, especially if you're the sort of person who will mess about with new software or new tech to get it all perfect again, or to go through that learning curve. You have to power through the learning curve. Above all, if you want rapid development, keep it all fluid, keep it dynamic. Don't fall in love with something and just have to do that one thing. You can change things. After all, you're pivoting your business. You get to choose. They're your products. So you can do them how you want them to be. And you might find that the initial idea that you had, even the initial idea that you have at the moment, changes over time and morphs into something. And maybe it becomes even better. Want to learn more about the art of productizing your expertise? There are new videos here every week. Here are a couple of good ones to get you going.